Saranam gacchami Dhammam Saranam gacchami Sangham Saranam gacchami Buddham Saranam gacchami Dhammam Saranam gacchami Sangham Saranam gacchami Buddham Saranam gacchami Dhammam Saranam gacchami Sangham Saranam gacchami Buddham Saranam gacchami Dhammam
I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit sentient beings. Sanje joda zoge jonam no chanju bado dane yapsuch dage jinso yebe sonam je dola benjir sanje rubare sho. Sanje joda zoge jonam no chanju bado dane yapsuch dage jinso yebe sonam je dola benjir sanje rubare sho. Sanje joda zoge jonam la chanju pardo dane yapsuch dage jinso yebe zonam je dola benjir sanje rubare sho. Page number 6. Page number 6. The essence of dependent origination mantra, page number 6. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhate mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhate mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhate mahashramanaye swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes cessation of the causes as well as Lord by the grace here. Deyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisattva Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. Okay, let us read page number 59. Page number 59, 59. Okay, page number 59, the text is Noble Mahayana Sutra, Wisdom at the Hour of Death. So when I say oftentimes people, they ask as to what prayers to do when somebody is closer to his death and so forth. So we see that this is actually what the Buddha himself taught, what we should be doing closer to his death. And then of course what the Buddha taught is something very profound. It's not something like, okay, I remember this, and then closer to his death, I'll tell somebody, do that, I'll do it myself. We have to prepare all the materials. And it is primarily compassion, impermanence, and the Boddhicitta, and the wisdom of emptiness. Wisdom of emptiness. All these we have to study, reflect, meditate, and get some experience before we really approach the death. So if we prepare this, then no regret. This is what the Buddha taught. And so when the Buddha was actually touching the main points, I may just quickly explain 1-2 lines explanation of the main points. Okay, let's read this together. Homage to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Thus did I hear at one time, while the Blessed One means the Buddha, while the Blessed One was residing in the palace of the King of the Gods in Akanishta realm. He taught the Dhamma to the entire assembly. The Bodhisattva Mahasattva Akashagarbha then paid homage to the Blessed One and asked, Blessed One, how should we think about the mind of a Bodhisattva who is about to die? The Blessed One replied, Akashagarbha, when a Bodhisattva is about to die, he should cultivate he or she is not only he. In the Tibetan version, it's not just he. It's something, say the neutral, male, female, both. But in English, we also always need to add some pronoun here. So people usually add he, but it's he or she. The Blessed One replied, Akasha, are you with me? The Blessed One replied, Akashagarbha, when a bodhisattva is about to die, he or she should cultivate the wisdom of the hour of death. The wisdom of the hour of death is as follows. All phenomena are naturally pure, so one should cultivate the clear understanding that there are no entities. All phenomena are subsumed within the mind of enlightenment, so one should cultivate the clear understanding of great compassion. All phenomena are naturally luminous, so one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-apprehension. All entities are impermanent, so one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-attachment to anything whatsoever. When one realizes mind, this is wisdom, so one should cultivate the clear understanding of not seeking the Buddha elsewhere. The Blessed One then spoke the following verses. Since all phenomena are naturally pure, one should cultivate the clear understanding that there are no entities. Since all phenomena are connected with an enlightened mind, one should cultivate the clear understanding of great compassion. Since all phenomena are naturally luminous, one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-apprehension. Since all entities are impermanent, one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-attachment. Since the mind is the cause for the rising of wisdom, do not look for the Buddha elsewhere. After the Blessed One has spoken, the whole assembly, including the Bodhisattva, Akashagarbha, and others, were overjoyed and full of praise for the Buddha's words. This concludes the Noble Mahayana Sutra, Wisdom of the Hour of the Dead. Okay, so going to the more like the verse form, it was page 59, the last in the last sixth line. The Blessed One then spoke the following verses. Since all phenomena are naturally pure. Naturally pure here meaning naturally means intrinsically. Intrinsically, there's nothing impure. Intrinsically, objectively. Objectively, there's nothing impure. Objectively, nothing exists. Nothing exists means everything is clean. Everything is perfectly pure. So, it's about the emptiness. Again, we need to know what emptiness is. In this life, we try to, particularly having met with the teaching on emptiness, you, myself, all of us, having met with the teaching on emptiness, it would be wise that in this life, just get hold of what emptiness is. Try to get a glimpse of emptiness. Glimpse of emptiness, and then particularly once in a while when we go through difficult times. It's not that you with the difficult times, you think of emptiness, instantly your problems disappear. No, don't expect that. Once in a while when think about it, they say physiologically you can get a glimpses of the tension or the stress dissolving very briefly. Although it can be a very fleeting experience, but you see that the tension and stress, they dissolve. It can be brief. So from this is like the lighthouse. The lighthouse is not your light, it's a light from somebody else. So this lighthouse tells you that you are close by the land. Likewise, with this, the glimpse of emptiness, of course, these are blessings of the Bodhisattvas, that you get these glimpses with your effort. Then we see that that okay, now if I meditate more, if you study more, reflect more, meditate more, these glimpses will become sustained and will be more profound. You will get the confidence. So, it says, since all phenomena are naturally pure, one should cultivate the clear understanding that there are no entities. There are no objective entities. Okay. Next. Since all phenomena are connected with the enlightened mind meaning the Boddhicitta. Since all phenomena are connected with the enlightened mind, one should cultivate the clear understanding of great compassion. So, finally, my job is to expand my mind the infinitely. So, what allows you to do that is compassion. This compassion, out of concern for others, then you wish to do the best. Then you wish to do the best for the beings. The best to do is the attaining Buddhahood. So, Boddhicitta, that's number 2. Then number 3 is, since all phenomena are naturally luminous. Since all phenomena luminous and naturally luminous, one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-apprehension. So this again very profound, that the true nature of mind, our true nature of mind has many layers and many connotations. One is the true nature of the mind, the manner in which we described yesterday, that the say when you are put under condition like very complicated person, somebody who's bullish, and you are forced to be in this situation, you feel so suffocated. That is not true. The moment you remove this condition, instantly the mind will behave in its natural way. You feel the relaxation. You're getting it? So the infinite relaxation is your true nature. That is one way of understanding the true nature of mind. This is one. Number two is that the true nature of mind is described as here by the Buddha as luminous. Luminous. Luminous when you die, when you're alive, when you die, same. The true nature of mind travels. So in that true nature, there's no difference between you are dead or not dead. So if you can really let this luminous nature of the mind, you be aware, you try to be aware. Again, it requires training. For example, say like this flower is actually made of atoms, is a reality, but we are not trained to see that as in the form of atoms. You getting it? So although our mind is nature of the luminosity, but if you're not trained to see the luminosity, you will never see it. Then there's a treasure there, but we don't see that. We don't get the benefit of the treasure. So the luminosity, this requires a training. And of course, it's not like, okay, Geshe, tell me how to practice luminosity of the mind. No, it's not like that. We have to go step by step. All composite things in impermanent, all contaminant things of nature, and so forth. And with emptiness, again, there are 5 layers, which we discussed last time. And okay, let's see. Ravela, Mari. Oh, oh, that is okay. The luminosity, to see the luminosity of mind, again we need training. Once we're trained to see the luminous nature of the mind, then whether you are angry, whether you are attached, whether you are happy, unhappy, under all situations, you can see the luminous nature. So this luminous nature is so beautiful, and it will take you to a very different state of mind. For example, like those people who practice the Goenkaji's Vipassana, they share the experience of, let's say that, like the very cool, the waves flowing through your body, tickling sensations. You can feel the tremendous calmness. So as I said earlier, say focus on the breath. It'll take you one level of the experience of the calmness. Then you go into the sensation, another layer, subtle layer of the calmness. Then you go into the mind, not the emptiness nature of the mind per se. When you see that, then you start to see the luminosity of the mind. Again, it will take you even deeper level of the physical reactions, even deeper, way deeper level of the very subtle level of the mind. And then still go deeper, see the emptiness nature of the luminosity of the mind. So there are so many layers there. And for that matter, so what the Buddha taught here, since all phenomena are naturally luminous, meaning that your mind is luminous, and your mind is luminous. For example, say that when you are happy, you see everything is so beautiful. When you're sad, your mind is sad, everything seems so gloomy. How many of you agree with me? Yes. So the reality is that the things, okay, working. Yes, it's working. The only thing is it needs stand. Okay, good. Okay, So the point that I'm sharing with you is when you feel sad, the whole world seems to be so gloomy. It's not that the world becomes gloomy, right? Your mind is reflected to see things as gloomy, that things appear as gloomy. When you're very happy, everything seems glowing, right? Coming from Delhi, you see every leaf is glittering here in Thosamling, right? You see every leaf is glittering and everybody smiles. The whole world, the Thosamling is like a paradise. You can see that, yes? Doala, Sharibama, you every day you see the glittering in Dharamsala, right? You are from Dharamsala. Anyone from Mumbai? Glittering or? Chandia is amazing, yeah. Thank you, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so what I'm saying is that how your mind is reflected in the outside world environment. So not only that they say is glittering, not glittering, calm, peaceful, happy, gloomy. Not only that, even things as leaves, even things as house and so forth, they're all nothing but the manifestation of one's own mind. The luminosity. One's mind radiates in the form of these aspects. And this is amazing concept. So look, say going into your breath, then going into the sensation, then going into the mind to see that the mind is luminous. The mind illuminates external things. Not only illuminates, even the things that are nothing but like the reflection in your own mind. Okay, so this luminosity, everything is the nature of the luminosity, the nature of the luminosity, because now Arabiana is become more perfect. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. Okay. So it says that since all phenomena are naturally luminous, one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-apprehension. So because luminous, everything is just the nature of your own mind. Whether you are dying, or whether you are in a waking state, in a sleep state, anger, happy, wherever you just keep observing your mind, you see the mind as luminous. That remains true at all times. So there's no difference between death and non-death, right? For conventional people, for ordinary people, they see you as dying. But for you, there's no death. Because no dying is the same, the luminosity, the beautiful mind is manifest with you at all times. So for you, there's no difference. So the fear dissolves. This is not so where you see that everything's luminosity of your mind, because of which it is just your own mind. I want this. There's no need for grasping, right? Everything manifests with your own luminosity of the mind. So apprehension stops. So now you may feel that, which means the Buddha does not apprehend anything. This can be your question. This is not. In fact, that we apprehend in two ways. We see things object real and then we go to apprehend it. This is one. We see things object real and we go to apprehend it. This is one. And this is more like, say, artificially you are apprehending it. Whereas when you become Buddha, you see every phenomenon naturally. Not that you have to go to apprehend it. Because for you there's no objective reality. You see that nothing exists objectively. So only if there's something there, then you go to apprehend it. The way and the manner in which we do. Whereas when you become a Buddha, your mind flows freely to every atom of the universe. Yes? It flows freely because there's no restriction there. It flows freely means it meets with every mind of sentient beings. It meets with every atom of the universe. So this is known as you comprehending things. The manner in which the Buddha sees things, the manner in which we perceive things is very different. You getting it? Okay. So with this, then the more immediate it says, since all entities are impermanent, one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-attachment. Now it is more immediate. So before we die, we remember that things are all impermanent. Composite things are impermanent. My possessions are impermanent. My power, the near and dear ones, all these composite phenomena, they're impermanent. With this mindfulness, impermanent means that we talk about the two kinds of impermanence, whose continuum stops, and who the momentariness involved. So all those things which we feel attached to, they are like, if not 100%, 99%, they're all the nature where the continuum stops. For example, like our youth, continuum stops. And our life, continuum stops. And our near and dear ones, continuum stops. Our friendships, continuum stops. So, continuum stops means that this is nature where the continuum stops, and knowing that this nature of impermanence, I should not be feeling attached. Particularly the closer towards death, it is advised that so whatever things you feel you are attached to, let go of these. Let go. So that your mind will be freed. In any way your mind is leaving. And then when you don't want to leave, you feel attached to, and then you have to leave, is so much of tension in your mind. So say you don't want to leave, and cognitively you see that you have to leave. You're getting it? Say your mind comes to contact that now I'm dying. Contact, you pay attention, yes, I'm dying. I have to leave these. Leave these means pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling. Do you want this unpleasant feeling? No. Then you try to get hold of this, and yet you cannot get hold of this. You try. This is disturbance. This disturbance is negative karma. This negative karma again projects us into undesirable results. So particularly closer to his death, it is advised that those things which you feel extremely attached to, like wealth and so forth, just let go. Say offer them to but meaningful the places. For example, like in places where the Dharma is studied, for the old age homes, for the children's education, for the charity and so forth. Just let go of these. And then your near and dear ones, if you can think about Boddhicitta, and pray that, okay, I'll be separate from you, but I will become enlightened and we'll all meet again. I'll take you to Buddhahood, right? So we'll not be separated completely. We'll all together till Buddhahood, right? And you have a responsibility to take others to Buddhahood. I'll take you to Buddhahood, I'll take everybody to Buddhahood, and you also take the responsibility to take all others to Buddhahood. So that way, say that you don't feel attached to in a very, say, the ordinary people's way of thinking, like we should be together, no, I should not die. No, you become very courageous, expansive, and facing the reality. Okay, since the mind is the cause for the arising of the wisdom, do not look for the Buddha elsewhere. So finally, there's luminosity, one. Then number two, the empty of true nature, number two. Then the mind's ability to the ability to spread to every atom of the universe. Seeing these, so these are to be seen by the wisdom. These are all somehow related to the wisdom. So because with the wisdom you see the Buddhahood inside you, is not elsewhere. So don't look for Buddhahood outside. Just remove the mental dirt and you will see the Buddhahood inside. Since the mind is the cause for the rising of the wisdom, do not look for the Buddhahood elsewhere. After the Blessed One has spoken, the whole assembly, including the Bodhisattva, Akashagarbha, and others, were overjoyed and full of praise for the Buddha's words. Okay, good. We can recite this, and not just recite, but be familiar with. Okay, now what's the great quote. Quote card, secret quote card. Huh? 670994. We all know. But he'll change. He's smart. He'll change right away. Yeah, after this class, he'll change. Okay. For the Bodhicitta practice, while we learn the theory, also we require inspirations. Also we require practice. Theory is so important. In fact, to my surprise, they are, say, the people who are into whole life practice, fully dedicated. They quit their job and they go into solitude, they're into their practice. Then to my surprise, when I interact with them, I see that they never learned about bodhicitta. They just recite the verse, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. By my practice of generosity and so forth, may I become Buddha for the benefit. Just recite the verse, that's it, that's bodhicitta. This is very sad. We have to learn how to practice bodhicitta. We have to practice it. And on the one hand, you spend whole your life in Dharma practice. On the other hand, the essence is missing. Essence is missing. Very sad. So, we have to learn this theory, the steps, how to practice bodhicitta. To learn the theory is so important. Meanwhile, we also need, say, role models. Okay, is this something doable? Yes, I can look at this person. Yes, that person. Look at His Holiness the Dalai. Look at the biography of the Buddha. Reading this, you should be inspired. That's doable. And then you have to do it, practice it in real life. In real life, 6 perfections, 10 perfections, and then Buddha itself, compassion, and wherever the compassion is taught. It's not just one small manual and then you read it. No. So wherever it is taught, taught in great detail in Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, taught in great detail in Acharya Chandrakirti's text, and taught in great detail by Aranyaka. So you go through these and read the biographies of the great masters. For example, like Joseph Milarepa, Lama Tsongkhapa's biography, Joseph Naropa, Joseph Marpa, Gurupadma Sambhava. Read the biographies of these great masters. So these are like inspiration. Okay. So one thing that I like to share with you, but I think the 2 things. One is on the Buddha. When once the Buddha was invited by a lay devotee, a disciple, for a meal along with, not late, it's the king. The king invited the Buddha. Which king, I'm not too sure. The king invited the Buddha for a lunch. And the Buddha, along with all this 500 the monks. Usually it is the tradition that once a lunch was served, in the end, then the Buddha dedicate the merits. Pray. In simple terms, the Buddha prays. And for the donor who's ever offered, the sponsor who's sponsored the food, and pray for him. Dedicating merits. So that time, the king was the sponsor of the meal for the Buddha and all his the disciples, monastics. Then while the Buddha was being served the meal by the king, the Ananda Pindika. How many of you know that? There's one gentleman by the name Ananda Pindika. You know that? Anyone? Okay. Ananda Pindika was one of the Buddha's disciples as well as the Buddha's great the donor. donor or material support, the financial support for the Buddha and the Buddha Sangha. Ananda Pindika, his name. And he was extremely rich. And how did he? It is said that he became rich. He had a special power to see the treasure underneath the ground. Where the treasure is, he couldn't see that with his eyes. So naturally he became rich. He's ultra rich. And a great disciple of the Buddha. And extremely compassionate. So what he did was that while the Buddha was being served the meal, then he left. He left with his assistants to go to some very remote villages in the slum places. There, he, along with his assistants, they were all carrying big sacks, big bags. Then, in the slums where the poor people were living, then he and his assistants were all shouting at them, telling them that the fully awakened one, the Tathagata, the Buddha, he is on the planet Earth. And you have never had the chance to do something virtue related to him. So this is a great chance. So whatever you like to offer to him, usually, so the Buddha is being protected by the monks and the kings, they offer, and then you don't really get a chance. In the first place, you are very busy with yourself, just looking for food, and you are not even getting time, getting food of the day. So now today's chance, whatever you have, you offer. So this is how you accumulate merit, and the result of merit is that you will be freed from poverty, at least in the next lives. And they were shouting, and the poor, then whatever you have like, let's say that you use the wood for burning the stove for your food. Even one stick of wood is also fun. You can offer it, or you have some little bit of the dough, or the barley, or sugar, or butter, or even a tiny needle, or a tiny flower like this, or whatever you have, you can offer. We can take all these to the Buddha on your behalf. This was what he and his attendants were for. They went around, and then when he was going there, at one point there was a very small hut. And what happened was that from that small hut, a very dirty, stinking piece of cloth was thrown from the window, and it fell right next to Ananda Pindika. And he's ultra rich person, and he felt that this is somebody who dislikes what he's doing. So the person is throwing such a smelly, stinking, dirty cloth to him. Initially he was a little sad and offended, and he asked his assistants, where did this cloth, where did it come from? Just check. They were checking, and somehow they concluded that it came from this small hut. And they wanted to see what's the intention behind throwing this dirty cloth to him. Was it to offend? Disagreeing what he's doing? So he sent his assistants to the house. They went in. To their surprise, they saw two elderly couple in the age 80s, and both naked, and nothing inside the simple hut, nothing. And both of them are so scared, because they're now they're going to come to kill us, because we threw this cloth, and they thought that it's offending them, and they will come to kill us. And both of them, okay, both of them, literally they were shivering. And then these assistants, they went to Ananda Pindika and told him that, No, it's just coming from two elderly, the couple, but extremely poor. And then Anandapindi felt so sorry. He went inside and asked, "Don't be scared. We came here to help you. And what's the problem?" Then they shared the story. So what did they tell? Was that we do not have anything except for this cloth. And this cloth, when the old man goes out, he wraps it around his body because he cannot go naked. Both of them use this as a way to earn their livelihood. They go for begging. Whatever they get, the other one's naked inside the house, inside the hut. And then they share whatever they got. And next time the old lady goes out, she goes wrapped by the cloth. So this is only means to survive. And then both of them discussed that in this world, two of us, we are the poorest. We are the poorest. Two of us, we are the poorest. And it's all because we did not accumulate merit in the past. So this time, what this gentleman is saying is very true, that we have to earn merit by offering this to the Enlightened One. Today the Enlightened One is with us on this planet Earth. Why don't we do something? But what do we offer? We have nothing to offer. And then that's true. So this piece of cloth, if we offer this, then two of us will die. We cannot go naked to beg for food. We'll die. So then two of them decided between the two that even if we die, we'd rather die than the not offering this to the Tathagata, because at least in the next life we will not have to suffer poverty anymore. So they decided to die by living remaining hungry, then by offering this. But they cannot go out to offer it, they're naked. So they just threw this from the window. And Anandapindika said, "Don't worry. Don't worry. So I will just offer this to the Tathagata, to the Buddha, on your behalf." And he so compassionately took it in his bag, and they kept collecting. Some people, they offer some tiny twigs, some people offer some butter, some people some tea leaves, some the thread, and so whatever they have, sugar and so forth. You can't phone. Okay, seems a connection problem is there. So and then Anandapindika and his assistants, they took all these, actually is for them is garbage, right? It's garbage. There's nothing really useful to be offered, but it's all coming from the pure heart of these poor people. So Anandapindika was so compassionate. He took everything to the Buddha, and then he just took out everything right in front of the Buddha. Actually, it's like a garbage. And they reported to the Buddha that these are the presents for you. And after the meal, usually the Buddha has to cite the name of the main sponsor. In this case, the king's name. So at this time, what the Buddha did was, Buddha did not cite the name of the king. Buddha cited the name of the two couple. The couple, cited the name of the couple. And Anandapindika did not say anything, just say these are gifts from the common people for you. That's it. Because Anandapindika knows that his teacher is a Buddha. Fully awakened, knows everything. So he did not explain anything. And the Buddha, from this heap of garbage, he put his hand right in, and from the inside he took out this cloth. Buddha took out the cloth. And the Buddha kept it as so it's so precious, smelly. Yet as so close to his heart. And the king could not bear the smell. But the Buddha is keeping very close to his heart, so the king cannot do anything. And the Buddha dedicated the merits of this food for the couple. For the couple. And the king was stunned. Tathagata, why did you not mention my name? I'm the main sponsor. And the Buddha said, for me, it's not about say the how much offered, who offered the best, who offered the biggest, who offered the most expensive. This does not matter to me. For me, whosoever offers things with the purest of the heart, that counts. And from all these gifts, including your gold, diamond, delicious meal and so forth, of all these gifts, this piece of cloth, this is the most precious for me. And then the king asked why. It's very smelly, dirty. And the Buddha said, this is coming from a heart which actually gives life, gives life, giving up life, giving up their own life in order to make this offering. And then the Buddha shared the story of the two couple. That these two couple, they're dying. They cannot even go to beg food. They're naked in the house. And given the only the means to survive, offered it to me. They're so precious. And instantly, the king felt that these two, the couple, these two are somebody who the Buddha loves, cares for so much. And these two are suffering. And in my own kingdom, I cannot let somebody who the Buddha loves so much to suffer. Instantly he ordered his ministers to go in search of these two. To give them clothes, food, house, everything. Then the ministers, they were busy looking for these two. Found the couple, and the couple thought that now the king has sent this minister to kill them. Because it's such offense to the Tathagata, smelly cloth. And they were literally again shivering. And the ministers, they were so respectful to two of them. Instead of being cruel, being so respectful. And on the spot, their lives were being saved because of the Buddha's compassion. Okay. So these are the anecdotes we need to remember. Seeing this, we see that no matter what, usually say when somebody is successful, we tend to befriend. When somebody is not so successful, we tend to run away, right? When successful, then we are compassionate, we are caring, we are supportive. When somebody is not successful, then you run away. Okay, so this says, no, for Buddha, right, king is the epitome of success, but the Buddha doesn't care. And the person who really feels for the Buddha, these two couples, so poor, Buddha just, in his mind, this is the most important thing. So these are the things that we need to learn from these biographies, these stories. Learn how not to look at things, particularly the people who are destitute, who really deserve to be supported. We should be courageous. We should be courageous to support this. Not just like, say, the dogs. If a very strong person comes, even the dog will run away. A weak person, physically fragile, haggard person comes, one dog barks, all the dog barks. We should not be like these dogs. We should be like somebody where there is a need of help, compassion, support. We should be there. It's not about one's fame. It's not about anything. It's about cultivating your compassion. It's for your own good, long run. And good for your family, good for all the sentient beings, good for the humanity, good for all sentient beings. So this is so important. These are the things that we can learn from the Buddha's biography. Okay, good. So yesterday we were doing the two methods, the sevenfold. Okay, by the way, we promised to remember these the steps on the fingertips. Right, ready? One by one. Ready? Okay. So this girl is exempted because she was busy passing the mic. Because she did this job, right? So compassionately took the responsibility. Okay, ready now, one by one. Ready? Hey, look up. You're all looking down. Okay, ready? Okay, nobody's hearing what I'm saying. Okay. Sevenfold cause-effect method to generate Boddhicitta, and sevenfold cause and effect method to generate Boddhicitta, and the method of equalizing and exchanging self for others to generate Boddhicitta too. And we'll do the second one first. Method of equalizing and exchanging self for others, which has how many steps? 9 steps. And I hope you have the 9 steps on the fingertips. Sherry Pema on fingertips? No, she was busy serving me food. Okay. So just see if you can have these 9 on your fingertips. Okay, one thing that I'll like to tell you is that most likely we did not really experience this incredible feeling of the lightness and joy over having learned something. You getting it? Let me repeat it. Most likely we have not experienced that feeling of lightness, some kind of burden lifted from you. Feeling of lightness and feeling of joy over having learned something. How many like to have this feeling of lightness and the feeling of joy, as well like something is lifted from your, from your shoulder? Understands? If you want to do that, what I would say is, believe it or not, just try this and you'll feel it. And later on, you will be so enthusiastic. Now I have seen, or I have discovered, one of the secrets of my joy is like these 9 steps. They are so precious. And you also feel, yes, this is precious. But learning them on your fingertips, you see that is difficult. 9, right? Not 2, not 3, 9 steps, right? Okay, then after this, then what? Finish? Not finish. Again, another 7 steps. With preliminary added 8 steps, right? And then what? Again, he must have more, right? Okay, so it just feels you heavy, makes you feel heavy, right? Heavy. But you do one thing. Forget about every other thing for essentials and all this. Just forget. Do one at a time. Just focus on 9 steps. Try to remember the 9 steps, right? Equalizing self and others. Seeing the reflection deep merits of cherishing oneself. Then what? Reflect the merits of cherishing others. Then what? Taking the suffering for others with emphasis on compassion. Then what? Giving a happiness with emphasis on loving kindness. Then what? Actual exchange of self and others. Then what? Special recollection of kindness to others. Then altruism, bodhicitta. Okay, number 8, 9, easy. Altruism, bodhicitta, right? Okay, number 8, 9, easy. Altruism, bodhicitta. So we have only 7 steps to remember. 8, 9 is easy, right? Only 7, not 9. Okay, 7 are the first 2. What? Equalizing self and others. Then reflection on deep merits of cherishing oneself. Then reflecting the merits of cherishing others. These 2 are very similar, right? These 2 are very similar. It's very easy again. So these 2 become like 1, right? Okay, so we have only 2 steps, not 3 steps. And then next, taking stuff from others with emphasis of compassion. Giving a happiness to others with loving kindness. Again, these 2 are very similar. These 2 come together as a practice of Tonglen. These 2 are combined together, known as practice of Tonglen. Again, that's become very easy. Step number 1, 2 and 3 combined together, 2. 4 and 5 combined together, 3. Only 3 steps. Then number 6. No, number 6. Actually exchange self and others. Then number 7. Special recollection kindness to others. Then altruism and bodhicitta, that's easy. Let's not even count. So we see there are only about 4 or 5 things to remember, not 9. You're getting it? And then you try to remember, it comes to your mind. When it comes to your mind, we're able to say that without looking at it. Believe it or not, you will feel incredible feeling of lightness. Lightness and the joy in you. Because you know that this is very precious. And you're able to remember it. Let's try it. Can we try? Well, number one was equalizing, right? Even the title is equalizing, exchanging, title equalizing. So that will not count, right? Equalizing self and others. Number two, reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Number three, reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. Just reverse these two as number one. And then number 4, 5 together. Number 4 is taking the suffering of others with emphasis on compassion, giving happiness to others with the emphasis on loving kindness. 2. And then what? Actual exchange of self and others. Then special recollection of kindness. But there are only 3 things to remember. And then altruism and bodhicitta, no need to remember. That's very easy, right? Okay, shall we try it again? Okay, what is number 1? Equalize the self and others. So number 2 and 3 together. What is number 2? Reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Then reflecting on the merits and cherishing others. Okay, these two together. Then the next 2 together. Taking the suffering of others with emphasis on compassion. Giving happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. What is next? Actual exchange of the self and others. Then the next, last one. Special recollection of the kindness of others. Then altruism, compassion, the bodhicitta, right? Okay, I can see the smiles on her face, right? Which means that you can feel, yes, this is doable. Yes. Okay, this is a good question. Okay. Let's say that why do we have to go class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then college B, what? Bachelor's, year 1, year 2, year 3, masters, year 1, year 2, then the PhD. Why not PhD directly? Why do you have to go through all these processes? Why? These are the grounds. Because it is like, say, the taller the building, the scaffolding that you need. Scaffolding should be broader. You're getting it? Broader and higher. Taller the building that you're going to build, scaffolding should be broader and higher. If the building is so tall, but very narrow tall, if the scaffolding is also very narrow, it will just fall apart very easily, right? So these steps are so important. Are you good? So we try to remember these. You're getting it? Remember these, and once you're able to recite them by heart, you can feel the lightness, you can feel joy, and this is so profound. Then you feel the joy in learning more. You're getting it? Okay. If you succeed with 9, then 7 is easy. It's less than 9, right? It's amazing. So this is how we gather. This is how we get the cumulative effect of your learning. So some people, they know so many things. How come they learn everything? No, they did one at a time, right? So many things. No, I'll do tomorrow. It never happens. Don't think about everything. Just do one at a time. Once you learn it, feel the joy. The next, again, do one at a time. And it's a matter of, there's a Tibetan expression which says, Tikpasabe Gyamso, an ocean which is nothing but the accumulation of the drops. You're getting it? Is there a similar expression? Is there any expression like this? What is that? Say it again. Yes. The first step. Take the first step to the room. Perfect. That's similar. Wherever, right? Wherever. You take the first step. Yes. Anyone else? Is there any other expression like this? Puja? Wow. Amazing. Puja, say it again. Journey of 1,000 miles. Perfect, right? You are so rich. How do you learn all these things? Huh? Huh? So you learn them all, everything together one day, or you learn one by one? 1,000 miles with one step. Which means you know that. Good. Okay. Career. Oh, here's two.
One is 1 day at a time. In Alcoholic Anonymous, we have a 1 day at a time.
Oh. Okay, this is, in fact, Pembasilla, to tell you a little bit about him, he is studying psychology, and he is extremely dynamic young man. You wouldn't believe, I mean it, extremely dynamic. And he makes things happen. For example, he organized a 10-day program on emptiness course for all the Tibetans, any Tibetan, particularly young ones. 10-day program. That was during the peak of COVID. He organized that, and in collaboration with Tibet House. And he organized also a psychology of the workshop course. Again, is similar. So, and then he brought people, the friends here, young boys here, and the one girl he was missing now. So all these. So he's very dynamic to really make things happen in the community. Changes. He is bringing changes in the communities. This is amazing. Okay. So he's talking about, say, what do you find as a saying in which this Alcoholic Anonymous. So what is that? What is that thing you said?
1 day at a time. We need to stay sober 1 day at a time.
1 day. One day at a time. This is amazing. Don't worry about, whole life I have to stay away from the alcohol. No. Just 1 day. 1 day. Did you finish? Tomorrow, 1 day. Then finish different 1 day. Right? 1 day at a time. This is amazing. What is the second one?
Second one is like 1 glass, 1 puff, and 1 sip is too many, but 1,000 is not enough.
Wow, this is amazing. Wow, this is amazing. Can you explain this? Enlighten us.
Because Geshe, like every addiction starts
No, first say it again.
one drink,
Okay, let's learn this. 1 drink, 1 cup, 1 puff, 1 smoke, 1 puff.
too many.
It's too many. But 1,000
1,000 is not enough.
1,000 is not enough. Right? 1 is too many, 1,000 is not enough. Explain this.
Because every addiction starts from 1 puff, 1 cup, 1 drink.
There's too many, yeah.
If you stop that first cup, then you will not reach to the 1,000.
Wow.
When you are drinking 1,000 is not enough because it keeps going on. You will never stop.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. So, 1 day at a time. Right? 1 day at a time. The what? 1 at a time. 1 day at a time. Right? 9 steps at a time. Right? Okay. So with this, what is the first step? Hey. So fascinated, so thrilled by what Pembasilla said. And they're just in the state of what? What do you call it? State of high. State of high with what Pembasilla said. Wow, mesmerized. Okay, what is the first step? Equalizing self and others. Equalizing self and others. The first step. Equalizing self and others. So here, our job, finally what we're trying to do is, okay, let's do it like this. Finally what we want to do, we want the infinite happiness. Right? Okay. Infinite happiness, the secret of the infinite happiness lies in the infinite compassion. Infinite happiness without any barrier. When the barrier is there, happiness is reduced. So barrier has to be resolved, to be removed. So barrier is removed by compassion. So if you have infinite compassion, no barrier. All barriers stop and your ease is infinite. So this is the how it starts. Now, how to have the infinite happiness, infinite compassion. Infinite compassion means I love others, the infinite beings, more than myself. This is infinite compassion. And so from the how we begin, do we begin with the infinite compassion? You are more important than me, or I'm more important than you? How do we begin? I'm more important than you. This is how we begin a life. You getting it? Do you agree with me or not? We begin a life with the attitude, I'm more important than you. Yes? Now we are changing it. I'm more important than you, it only gives miseries. It doesn't give us happiness. It only gives us miseries. We all have the experience. Okay, here maybe the youngest one. This girl is the youngest one. Here. She's 19. 26. The Korean girl there. Oh, same. Okay, so all of us, we have minimum 19 years of experience. Minimum 19 years. I'm 3 times 19 years. Not 3 times, maybe 3. A little over 2 times, 2.5 times. So at minimum we have 19 years of experience, right? Self-centered attitude, it doesn't bring any happiness, it brings more and more miseries. This is reality. Now we are thinking to revolutionize our thinking. We are trying to revolutionize our thinking, where instead of cherishing ourselves, we cherish others, so that we can expect the infinite compassion and infinite happiness, to revolutionize that thinking. And the basic principle lies in what we learned yesterday of the 5 omnipresent mental factors. Contact, attention, discrimination, feeling, and intention. Very good. Okay, so finally this intention to think of all others. When we are born to push others, right? I am more important than others, which means that just embrace yourself and push others. Now we are trying to revolutionize the thinking. Push is also intention to push. Now we are trying to reverse it. Embrace all others. Embracing happens with the pleasant feeling with others. Unpleasant feeling makes you push. You agree? You agree? When you feel unpleasant feeling with the tea, what do? You push the tea, right? When you feel the pleasant feeling with the tea, you embrace the tea, right? It's very funny. I don't know how the taste work, how the attachment to the taste work. It's very funny. Say by the way, since I was little, I was not really so fond of sweets. But with the tea, it should be sweet. If it's not sweet, then I don't feel the, having drank or drunk. Professor William, having drank. Good. Having drunk, past participle, not the past tense, right? Having drunk and the tea. Okay, now these 2 girls, right? Dogala and Sherry Pema, we've been always serving Geshe tea without sugar. So he must be feeling that I've not drunk tea, right? Okay, it's not a complete story. Then they say, since 1-2 years ago, sugar problem is coming. Age and no rigorous exercise, right? So the sugar problem creeping in. And the doctor said, Geshe, stay away from sugar. Okay, yes. And I listen. Stay away from sugar. Initially is little, a little odd or awkward, and later on get used to it. And then when you have the sugar is a very undesirable taste. It's very strange. I don't know how the taste works. The taste and your affinity, how these two work. Sweet, desirable feeling. Sweet, undesirable feeling. Strange, I don't know how it works. Right? So I think that this can be applicable to the addiction also. Right? Sorry? Which one? So staying away from sugar, undesirable feeling comes, this is addiction. Undesirable feeling comes. This is what I'm saying. Venerable Tenzila, listen well. Sweet comes, undesirable feeling comes. Is that addiction? It's not addiction. It's also a form of addiction, reverse addiction. Another addiction, right? You don't like it. Aversion comes. Aversion comes, literal aversion comes. So better tea without sugar is better. Right? Okay. So what I'm this how the addiction works is very strange. There is the object there, sweet, non-sweet, and so forth. Then the mind reacts very differently. So earlier, tea without sugar, aversion. With sugar, okay, I had a tea. Now, tea with sugar, aversion comes. The taste, very undesirable feeling comes. Okay, so that is on the basis of what? Feeling. Feeling plays a huge responsibility. So when we think of other beings, if the pleasant feeling comes, then what will you do? Hey, embrace, intention to embrace. Next is feeling, intention. Intention to embrace all the beings. But think of others, unpleasant feeling comes, what happens? Intention to push. You getting it? So now we are learning. So how many you push others? So we are all expert in this. We are all expert, right? Believe it or not, day one you are born, day one I was born, day one you are born. How many you must have cried day one you are born? How many of you must have cried? I'm not saying how many you remember you cried, you don't remember. But how many you must have cried? Logically speaking, everyone. Because if you don't cry, somebody will slap you to make you cry, for you to breathe. You're getting it? So when it slapped, you cried, right? You cried not because that, oh, the other baby needs support and help. You do not cry like this. Somebody slapped me, right? I feel uncomfortable there. I feel uncomfortable there. This is how we are born. You're getting it? So don't feel shy to say that I'm selfish. Each one of us, that we are born with selfish interests, right? We can revolutionize this. This selfish thinking is not doing anything good to us. It only brings misery on us. The more the selfish, more the people will run away from you. More the selfish, more the things can be seen as problematic, right? So now we are trying to revolutionize the thinking. How to revolutionize? Say, other cherishing, others. Others, pleasant feeling should come. Pleasant feeling should come. And with the pleasant feeling, then the mind will embrace the pleasant feeling. What creates the pleasant feeling? Others. Then you will embrace others. You're getting it? This is a mechanism. So with this, how to change the pleasant feeling? This next question. To think of others. How to change the unpleasant feeling to pleasant feeling? Quick, somebody. Laura. Change the discrimination. Change the discrimination. Okay. How to change the discrimination? Anyone? Isabel. Embrace. You don't like them, it doesn't matter, embrace, right? You close your eyes and embrace. Never force. The girl over there, what's your name? Yes. Calendar. Yes, calendar. Amazing. Through analysis, through changing your analytical thinking. So, how to change it? Rashmi? that's interesting. But looking for the merits of cherishing, benefit of cherishing others. Wonderful. Okay, Kamalji.
Is it selfish even if I want to help someone and I am benefiting? Is that self-cherishing? I'm doing it with the intention, but I'm getting the merit.
Okay, did you all follow what Kamalji is asking? I say, if I cherish others, I get a maximum benefit. This thought itself, is it self-cherishing or not? This is an incredibly important question. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. And you have to ask in the class before we leave Thosamling. This question is so important. Don't forget it. Did you all follow Kamalji's question? Did you all follow that? Don't forget it. This is a very important question. Okay, here. Drishti.
Like answer to the question you asked,
Yeah.
if we think that others are no different from ourselves, then we can.
Okay. To see that we are all equal. We are the others not different from me. How do you think? How do we think?
For example, I'm experiencing some kind of pain.
Yes.
And when I see that the other person is experiencing the same kind of pain, then I know that how it feels, and then the person is just like me.
Okay, so let's see what this girl is saying. And they say, I am not challenging this girl, but what we need to learn is that we need to change this discrimination in such a way that it should leave no loopholes. You're getting it? The loophole here is that, okay, some very cunning people will say, okay, they say somebody is to suffer. Somebody is to go into the sun to do this work. Who's going to do it? Let him do it. Why not you? Because I'll feel pain to go out. Other person also feels the pain. I know other person feels the pain. We are same. But I will not go. Let him go. You're getting it? Although you know that two of you are same, but still the self-cherishing mind is not attacked. Self-cherishing mind says that I'm more important. If somebody should suffer, let this girl suffer, not me. You're getting it? Although they know that two are same. Right? How to change the discrimination? Okay, Jacob. Okay, did you hear what Jacob said? Jacob, louder. To realize the benefit of? To realize the benefit of others, benefit that we get from others. Like what?
You mentioned the analogy of the mother and the child. When they're first born, they don't love their mother, they have no compassion for her. But as she offers more and more to that child.
Amazing. Thank you. So the point is that, let's see. The point is that, first remember the points we already studied. You're getting it? We already studied. Remember these points, the way Jacob did. And your additional points, no need to discard them. If you have your own points, they're very important. No need to discard. At the moment when we're creating the structure, we're creating the basic structure, at least try to remember what we talked earlier, what we learned earlier. You're getting it? At least remember these and see that if it is well grounded, very firmly. This is a very firm reason. Once you know about this, then whatever additional thoughts that you have, you can add later on. You can add, delete, whatever you like. You can do that later on. But for the time being, whatever you have learned, bring them. And then they say, once you're given the house with no windows, no panes, but at least you get the main skeleton of the house. Then you do the painting, put the windows there, it's easier. You getting it? So the main house, the main structure of the house is very important. For this, what Jacob, I really appreciate, he remembers what we did yesterday. The mechanism, how this love, say, somebody says, gives an example or gives some reasons, and nobody should have any legitimate reason to reject you. You're getting it? Whereas, you give a reason, looks nice, but if somebody can reject it very logically, you have to accept it. You have to accept it and think of something else. You getting it? Okay, so the thing is that how do we change the discrimination? Is that, okay, this person's harming me. Cognitive thought process, discrimination. This person harming me. What's the feeling? Unpleasant feeling. We have to change the feeling from unpleasant to the pleasant. How? By changing the discrimination. Discrimination said, you are harming me. Instead of that, you are helping me. You are beneficial to me. Right? You are beneficial to me. What's the feeling? A pleasant feeling. You getting it? But should I force myself to say you are beneficial, you are beneficial, somebody slapping you still, you are beneficial, you are beneficial? Should I force myself? Or it can happen very naturally. Yes, it can. We can make it happen naturally without forcing, through using your intellectual skills, through your cognitive skills. How? What kind of benefit we get from them? What kind of benefit? We think about this. Don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate. If you exaggerate, your bodhicitta will never come. Don't exaggerate. It should be reality. Reality to make the cognitive thought process of the discrimination rich, profound, and you can just reverse the earlier thought process, reverse it to make it opposite. You're getting it? Okay. So with this, how to think of the benefit of others? How to think of me getting the benefit from others? This is how to change the discrimination. You getting it? Okay. For this, all what we're studying now, the 9 steps, they are primarily to change your discrimination, so that your unpleasant feeling will be changed to pleasant feeling. Yes.
But I would like to do it a really specific example to understand it. So I mentioned I think the first day that I had a director leave very suddenly from our organization.
2 directors.
Two, but one was
And other staff.
and the other one gave me some time to know. So this one that left suddenly, of course there was strong response to that. I didn't actually respond externally, but there was a strong internal response. So I was able to work through the process. I definitely see the benefits. I see how the organization grew since that time. I see a lot of different benefits to it. But the one thing that still sits uncomfortably is that she stepped away from the Dharma. And so it made me feel like on her behalf, I still don't feel so comfortable,
For her stepping down suddenly.
Well, yeah, we work with the Lama. It's a Dharma organization, and so I still feel like sad that she kind of stepped away from the
Suddenly.
Dharma.
Okay, left the Dharma.
Yeah, kind of like stepped away from the Dharma, so that I don't have like a full sense.
Okay,
I
okay.
understand the benefits that I've received in the meantime.
Okay, okay.
The organization moved in a different way, but I have a sensation.
Still you feel sorry for the director who left the Dharma. Sorry for her. You wish that it did not happen. She is still with the Dharma. She can leave the job, but in a nice way. Is what he's saying? In a nice way.
Things that are just kind of like unspoken, like some qualities that she'll still be
Needing to.
acting out in life because there wasn't an opportunity to clear them.
Okay. What Kamalji asked, what Caroline is asking, these are very fine, the questions which are required as a part of fine-tuning the basic understanding we are building up, fine-tuning. You're getting it? So we'll do these, and if you have any such questions, like for example, like the question which what the Kamalji asked, like say, if you've been kind towards others, thinking that by being kind towards others, I get the maximum benefit. Again, is it not selfishness, right? All these questions are so good. If you don't resolve these questions, deep inside, as Carolina said, deep inside, something is still not cleared. There's some problem there, right? All this must be resolved. Any question that you might have, it doesn't mean that I have all the answers. Keep this in mind. It doesn't mean that I have all the answers. The questions must be brought up. Questions must be brought up, and there are so many people here. People will give their ideas, and finally, all these must be resolved. And can be resolved, right? If cannot be resolved, just then say should be resolved, again doesn't make sense. It can be resolved, should be resolved. Okay, you're getting it? So let's not forget to bring this up in the class after completing hopefully the 2 steps, 2 methods. And if you do both, if you can do both, if you cannot, then we'll do just the second method. Okay. So what we were saying is that to see the benefit that we get from cherishing others. So I cherish others more than myself so that I get the maximum benefit. This is what we are talking, how to build the feeling of the affinity, affection and compassion towards others. This is the basic mechanism. Now, but where we are, we say that you are in, say, kindergarten or kindergarten level, and you suddenly see somebody who did PhD, right? Like Dr. William, right? Wow, amazing. I also like to do PhD like Dr. William, right? And then from kindergarten you jump, you'll fall and you will die. You're getting it? So what should you do? You take steps. Take steps, right? Don't jump there directly. Oh, Professor William is just on the roof. I also go to the roof. You jump to the roof, you fall, right? So we have to take steps. The first step is, instead of saying that you are more important than me, you say that we are equal. That's easier. With respect to somebody who is very selfish, for that person, which is easier? We are equal, or you are more important than me? Which is easier? You are equal. This is the easier. This is the first step. Once you do that, then you move to the next. Cherishing, exchanging the actual exchange of self and others, right? Thus far, I cherish myself more. Now I cherish you more than myself. Exchanging the object of cherishing. That comes later. You're getting it? So we see that it has to be done in steps. All these steps are so important. First step, equalizing self and others. So what are all the reasons that are employed? They must be logical. They should not be exaggeration. If you ground your the reasons on exaggeration, nothing will grow in your mind. You getting it? Nothing will grow. Okay. So how nothing grows? Deep inside, it's just words. Nothing, no effect will be within you. You will not gain any conviction. One time, okay, why I'm saying this? Look at this, where you don't really feel it. It's just exaggeration. Exaggeration, you don't feel it, and then with exaggeration, you become very stubborn and strong, and sometimes even a fundamentalist. If somebody asks you why you are being so strong in this, you are being fundamental. So why are you so strong? If somebody pushes you, the person ends up with no clear idea. It's just a pure blind faith, and deep inside there's no conviction. You getting it? Okay, I'll just share an anecdote. There was a one who was studying with me. There was a one girl who was studying with me. And then I end up in this country. And I told the girl that I'd like to meet your father. Why? Because the father and the daughter, 2 of them, did not go along well. Because the father is a Christian and the daughter is a Buddhist. And the father is very staunch that my daughter should be Christian. And I said that, I'd like to talk to your father. And the girl said, no. She freaked. I said that your job is to inform your dad, and your dad's job is to say no. Right? Who should be saying no? It's not you. Your dad should be the one to say yes or no. If he says no, your job is done, his job is done, my job is done. Right? You don't have the right to say no, 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 right? Your job is just give the message, your job is done. Then then she said yes. Then she came back, said that my dad said no. I said, now his job is done. Your job is done. My job is done. Next year, again I told her, I'd like to meet your dad. And she freaked again. Said, no, 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 no. I said, this is not your job. Your job is to pass message. And if at all somebody is to say no, it is your dad's job. It's not your job. Let your dad say no. My job is to make the request. Your job is to pass message. Your dad's job is to say yes or no. And she passed the message and she came with a surprise. My dad said yes. Yes, of course. I gave your dad 1 year to think. Right? This is my confidence. That he got 1 year to think. First year, I know that he's going to say no. At least he get the information that next year, again, if he requests, then if I say yes, what? He's a Buddhist. He made something bad about Christianity. Then how will I defend? Why will I ask? He got 1 year to think of the process of discussion, right? So finally he was happy. So he accepted. So we were sitting together on the bench for 3 hours. On one bench, 3 hours, talking. And he started the conversation, because he planned for 1 year. He started the conversation saying that in this world, Christianity is the best religion. And I said, yes, yes, yes. If I say no, right, he will say, get out. My 1 year effort is gone. Right? So I said, yes, 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 yes. Look at charity, Christianity is best. Look at the education, Christianity is best. Look at health, Christianity is best. It's amazing. He was happy. Then he said that no one has the right to act against the God's will. Right? I said, yes, yes, yes. If I say no, get out. Right? Again, my 1 year effort is gone. I said, yes, 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 yes. And then he thought about, that was the time His Holiness devolved his political power, gave up his political power and handed over to the Tibetan public. Then he heard this news and he said that, it's very good. Dalai Lama gave up the political power. It's very good. The religious people should not be in politics. I said, yes, yes, yes. If I say no, again, get out. So I said, yes, yes, yes. And then I was constantly observing him, say where's the space where I can get in, right? I was just observing him. Then I told him, that was the time Obama was the president. I told him that Obama is a very religious, spiritual person. He said, yes, 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 he's a very religious person. Just imagine, instead of Obama, if there's somebody else, a religious fundamentalist or a very crooked politician, he is like the king of the world today, President of America. He can destroy the whole world. He said, yeah, yes, that's very true. That's very true. I said, therefore, religious people should be in politics. Then he said, you are very smart. Right? Okay. Then gradually, he jumped to the topic on his daughter. Because his daughter was not married. And he knows that this girl will not listen to him, but will listen to this man. Right? So now he's using me to make his aspiration come true. So then he started very casually, topic moved towards his daughter. This girl, look, she's already coming of age, she's still not married. Then I said that you are the one who's intruding in God's will. Right? God doesn't want her to get married. And you are forcing her to get married. You are the one who's intruding in God's will. And he said, but she's my daughter. Look, when it comes to your personal interests, God doesn't matter. Right? Otherwise, you are being very staunch, you are fighting for God. But when it comes to your personal thing, interest, then you can deny God, right? You can defy God. Okay, so what I'm saying is that conviction, real conviction comes if the reason that you employ is really sensible without any loopholes. You getting it? So, reason must be very strong. Okay, and that too, when you move to these affective mind from one end to the other end, you must go in a very systematic way. If not, although the reasons are very powerful, still it can damage you more than benefit. So you should go very systematically. So the first, instead of saying that, oh, I cherish others more than myself, instead of that, just say we are equal. Not that you are more important than me. That is easier for you. We are equal. How are we equal? We have to again have sound reasons. We are all, for example, let's say that the reasons must be something that you should be convinced. Let's say that if you're all extreme, for example, like Russian Revolution. When was that? Russian Revolution? Anyone? Russian Revolution. 1970s. French Revolution. 1789. Wow. Okay. So, say during these revolutions, cultural revolution in China, right? During the revolution, how many people starved to death, right? Starvation was wildly spreading. And when there's just, say, a bread seller comes, bread, everybody is going, because everybody's starving, hungry, right? Everybody's grabbing it. So imagine that you are in that situation. If somebody tells you, who's going to have this bread? What will you say? Huh? Some of you may say that we will share. This is when you're not hungry. When you're not hungry, you're more open, we'll share. But when acutely hungry, you will grab at it yourself. You're getting it? Which means that I am more important than you. You're getting it? I am more important than you. So now the first says, okay, now let's say that the person asks you, okay, I'll give you this bread if you can give me a logical reason, a sound reason. Why do you want? What's the reason? I'm hungry. And this answer. But are others also hungry? You said, yes. Why you deserve more than others? There's no reason. You're getting it? There's no reason. It's purely driven by this self-centered attitude. It's purely driven by self-centered attitude. There's no sound reason there. So, from this, oh, that's true. There's no reason why. There's no special reason to say that I deserve this more than anyone else. So we are all equal in wanting happiness and not wanting suffering. I don't want hunger. I don't want pain. Others also don't want pain. We are same. So we are equal in wanting happiness and not wanting suffering. Equality. Say the equalizing self and others. We are all equal in wanting happiness, not wanting suffering. Point number 3. Let's say that in the olden times, say the son of the king is considered as so important. He's given so much importance. Why? Anyone? Why? Puja? Huh? He's the heir to the king. What do you mean by heir to the king? He is going to become the king, the next. You're getting it? So therefore he's so important. Who's more important, king or the Buddha? Huh? Hey, tell me, who's more important, king or the Buddha? King at the most can benefit the kingdom, small kingdom, but the Buddha can benefit all the sentient beings, right? Buddha, not Buddhism. Don't forget it. Make this distinction. When you become fully awakened, each one of us, we are equally important. Each one of us are most important and equally most important, because we all are the heirs of the Buddha. Right? Yes, Buddha? We all are the heirs of the Buddha. We all can become Buddhas. We're all equal in having this potential. So we're all equal in wanting happiness, not wanting suffering, and we're all equal in being equally important, that we all have the potential to become the perfect being. Why the prince is considered so important is because he's going to become the king later on. We all should be the most important because we are all going to become Buddha eventually. We're all very important. We're all equally important. Okay. For these three, the more we think about these three reasons, our selfishness will become less intense. You're getting it? Selfishness never thinks about these, that we're equal. Never think about these. Only if somebody asks you, are we equal or you are more important? We'll say we are equal. But once in a while. Otherwise, our mind is addicted in thinking that I'm more important than others. So the more we think about this, how we are equal, that we all want, they're equal in wanting happiness, equal in not wanting suffering. We are equal in having the perfect potential. We're all equally important. Then your selfishness will go down. You getting it? Okay. Then what is next? Reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. And then number what? 3. Reflecting on the merits of cherishing others, right? Okay. So for this, we see that we need to think of all the problems that we go through. Somehow they're connected with the self-centered attitude. Reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself, self-centered attitude, right? At home, right? At home, say let's say that you're so keen, you are so fond of bread, particularly Thosamling bread is so good, right? Do you agree? That's amazing. I never saw it in other places. It's very good. So, when you don't get it, you get it replaced by another bread. You become so upset. Why not this bread? Why, right? This purely because of selfishness. Finally, bread for what? For survival. For survival, it is not necessary that Thosamling bread should be there, right? It is a luxury for us if you have it. It's a luxury. But even without this, you can survive. If you said that, why not this? It's purely because of the selfishness, right? And then the Venerable Samula, okay, now it's over, finished. What finished? I came for the retreat, right? And right? And then they have to go there. You know that they have to struggle so much and you don't care. And you just want this bread. This is selfishness. You're getting it? And are you happy? You are not. Most likely, next time when you enroll, they see your name, will be erased. Right? Sorry, it's already booked. Right? Sorry, we are sorry to say that. Then now the retreat is already booked. Right? and you check with who? You check with us, the IT staff, right? Hey, is it true that it is booked? I didn't get the seat there, right? And then you checked with is there space? Yes, we have space, right? Then he tells you, yes, you are telling lies. Look, all these unnecessary problems because of the selfishness. You're getting it? Because of the selfishness. And the conflicts happen because of the selfishness. You're getting it? Conflicts between husband and wife, between girlfriend and boyfriend is all because of the selfishness. Majority, 90% of conflicts because of the selfishness. Right? Because of selfishness. In the family, children and parents conflicts generally, not always, generally is the selfishness of the child. Because the parents love you so much, and the children also love the parents so much when you are at a tender age. At a certain point, say the children are vulnerable, and the parents they are more competent. Then the vulnerable But the parents always give the preference to the child. And the child doesn't get this preference elsewhere. So with this, the child gets the confidence in the parents' love. And they think that this is how the parents should be, right? They take for granted. They take for granted, and then the selfishness kicks in. Kicks in because you demonstrate selfishness. The parents generally, there are exceptions there, generally they will listen to you. They will listen to you, they'll surrender. And then you suffer. The moment you get out, you suffer. Other people do not treat like your parents, right? So we see that the selfishness is the root of all the problems. All the problems. What's the opposite of selfishness? Selflessness, other cherishing, compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta, and so forth. Say, Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, the book by Boddhicitta. We must have this book with us. Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. We must have this. In chapter 8, what he said is that he is a brilliant thinker, philosopher, logician, and a practitioner, enlightened being. So what he said is that you don't have to think of the self-cherishing, other cherishing too much. Just look at the two examples. Say, like the Buddhas, who are dominated by other cherishing, compassion. Like the ordinary people who are dominated by selfishness. Who is happier? Right? Okay, how many of us we are on Facebook, Instagram, and so forth, and then we look for likes. We look for the likes, right? And your likes is less, and others are more. You feel sad. In other words, we want people to like you. Yes, we want people to like you. Okay, so if you become somebody who is loved as much as His Holiness the Dalai Lama, would you be happy? Not happy. People, even if you request people, please come to see me, nobody will come to see. But His Holiness, you don't have to request. They request, can I have audience with His Holiness? They come all the way from America, from far away, Australia, Japan, to see the face of His Holiness. If people invest this much of time, energy, resources just to see your face, will you be happy or not? Will you be so happy, right? So, what makes him so special, tell me? All because of his compassion. That's incredible. And his compassion is really very, very profound, right? I had the honor of being with him for like 6 years, very closely. You could see the profundity of his compassion. It's amazing. You getting it? That attracts people. Just seeing his face, you don't know this. You don't know His Holiness, but only heard his fame. And you just see him, and it literally makes you into tears. Why? You see somebody like Trump, you tears. No. Right? I don't mean to demean Trump, but we should know the fact. Why His Holiness, people have tears. You could see something there, compassion there. You're getting it? Just imagine if the whole world, the leaders like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, all these conflicts will dissolve just today. Everything resolved. Everything resolved. Problems resolved. So this is because of the good heart, beautiful heart. You're getting it? So look. So where you have this beautiful heart, so Buddhist Shantideva, he compares the two, the Buddhas and the ordinary beings. Buddhas, they love the sentient beings the most, and they have the perfect state of fearlessness and infinite happiness. And sentient beings, they have the greatest love for themselves, and they have the maximum miseries and no happiness. And what do you want? Look at the outcome. This is how he took us into, right? We think about these. Where the selfishness is there, it attracts miseries. Where the other shariness is there, it opens your heart and you feel calm and happy. You're getting it? We think about this more. Then you see that they reflect on the demerits in cherishing others, reflect on the merits of demerits of cherishing oneself, and merits of cherishing others. You think about these more. So this is what is said in Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. Okay, so the Bodhisattva Shantideva, he summarized by saying that all happiness the world contains are derived through wishing happiness for others. All miseries the world contains are derived through wishing happiness for oneself. And what more to say? Just look at the Buddhas who cherish the world. And look at us, the ordinary beings who cherish yourself alone. Look at the difference in the outcome of the experience. He summarized by this verse. Okay, so with this, then in your real life, look at the people who are, it doesn't mean that you should be judgmental. You're getting it? So I always tell people that you should know what is A as A. Don't say everything is beautiful. That's not true. What is A as A, what is B is B, what is C is C. Don't say A, everybody is A. Right? Meanwhile, by seeing A as A, B as B, C as C, you should not, that should be the good. In other words, good as good, bad as bad, neutral as neutral. By knowing this, this should not be the reason for us to be judgmental of others. You getting it? Instead, that should be a reason for us to show compassion towards others. Those who are good, appreciate, you learn from them. Those who are neutral, see how we can make them, better person. Say those people who are bad, right? From there, see, in the first place, for you personally, see how you get the benefit from that person. What kind of benefit, right? Not selfishness. There's another one which we're going to discuss more. Then meanwhile, see how even this person, what is called as bad person, even this person has a Buddha nature. Simply because the person that you got the opportunity to meet with these teachings on Boddhicitta, wisdom, emptiness, and so forth, then you become a better person. It's all about the opportunities. If that person also gets the same opportunity, then the person also, become a Buddha, somebody who's beneficial for all the beings. So the person did not get opportunity because of this person behaving like this. Okay, one time, this is very interesting, right? How to look at difficult people, and instead of being judgmental, feel compassion. How to do that? I'll share a story. It's beautiful. There was one elderly lady, very elderly lady. She must be in her 80s. And I don't know if she's smart or not smart. Sometimes she looks so smart. Sometimes she looks so what is the opposite of smart? Huh? A nice word. Is that a nice word? Nicer word, huh? Less smart. That's better, right? Rather than foolish, stupid, right? That's less smart. Sometimes he looks not to be like smart. Sometimes very smart. You want to say something? Okay. So this lady, one time, what she told me was that, Geshe-la, I'm going to buy a mattress. I said, you already have a mattress? And she said, no, this mattress is too hard. Too hard. It's too hard. It's very, I'm getting pain. So I said, no need to buy mattress. It's just extra waste of money. Instead, I'll give you a mattress, a soft one. So I sent one. Then after a few days, again she said, Geshe-la, I'm going to buy a mattress. I said, no, what's the problem now? She said, it's too soft now. Right? And then she justified that by saying that there's another gentleman by the name Mr. X. He's also advising me to buy a mattress. Right? I said, why? Because it's too soft now. I said, tell this gentleman to use his common sense. If it is too soft, put soft one down, harder one up, they will balance, you don't have to buy. He does not even have this sense. And the lady said, sometimes she is very smart. She said, Geshe-la, if this gentleman, if he has a he's too smart, he will also become the director of Tibet House. Right? He can also become the director of Tibet House, right? So we have to acknowledge that. Don't expect everybody to be smart. Right? That's smart, that's good. That's good. So when we see somebody is, say, somebody who is not so nice or a difficult person, it's a matter of opportunity. Everybody is the Buddha nature. It's not that some are smart, some are not smart. It's all about the opportunities. Those who get more opportunities, naturally you'll grow. Those who do not get opportunity, they don't grow. Not because that those who do not get opportunity, they are innately inferior. Those who are more smart, superficially smart, they are innately, better. No, we are all same. It's just a matter of opportunity. So with this, it's amazing. If you can really think in that sense, if you get sense of that, it's just a matter of opportunities. And in my life, I've seen that opportunities make the difference. Those people who get opportunity, they'll shine. Everybody has the opportunity to shine, the potential to shine. Those who get the opportunity will shine. Those who do not get the opportunity will not shine. It's just a matter of opportunity. It's not that some are smart, some are less smart. No, we're all equal. I'm very confident with this. I got the confidence. In real life, I've seen that. So, but this is what I'm saying is that it's just a matter of opportunities. So, you, by somebody seeing nasty, you can get a lot of benefit out of this, which we'll discuss later. On top of that, there's no room for us to be egoistic, that I am better than that person. Look at this person even does not have this basic, the manner of like this. We're all same. The person didn't get the opportunity to, to grow like this, the way I got the opportunity. If the person got the opportunity as I got, and I did not get the opportunity as this person, I will behave in the same way the person is behaving, and the person will behave much better than how I'm behaving. So it's just a matter of opportunities. We're all same. Your ego will go down. You're getting it? Your ego. What is the ego? Ego thinks that I'm better than you. You're getting it? Not knowing that somebody becomes better because of the better opportunity. Not because that you are more gifted. No, nobody's more gifted. Everybody's equally gifted with the best of the potential, Buddha nature. But those people who get the opportunity, they grow. They see, this is a beautiful metaphor given. They say the same apples, fresh, healthy seeds spread in different places equally. Where there's rain shower, where there's opportunity for the rain shower, these seeds having the opportunity to meet with the rain shower will germinate. These seeds which do not get opportunity to meet with the rain shower will not germinate. Not because that one seed is special, one seed is inferior. No, all seeds are equally the same. It's a matter of opportunity. Okay, so this will help us see that we're equal and that there's no room for ego to arise. Good. Reflecting on the merits of cherishing oneself, it destroys all your peace of mind. Reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. You getting it? Okay. We have to think more. Okay. Then the next is, what next? Taking the suffering of others with emphasis on compassion, giving a happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. These two combined together is known as the practice of Tonglen. These two combined together is known as the practice of Tonglen. Tonglen means, Tong means give. Len is take, practice of Tonglen. And what I would suggest is that oftentimes the teachers, many people, practitioners, they may, when you go through difficult times, people advise you to practice Tonglen. These two steps, step number 4 and 5. But what I would suggest is that, yes, these two steps are very important, but make sure that you include the first 3 steps. If you don't include the first 3 steps, step number 4 and 5, Tonglen practice, this can have an adverse effect rather than benefit. In what way adverse effect? This will make you go through burnout. Right? This practice will make you feel burnout. Okay, one time there was a lady who with the association, with the institution, through the institution, they requested me to come to give a teaching on Buddhist psychology. So I went there. She came to pick me up at the airport. Then all the way driving to the institute, she was asking me a lot of questions about Tonglen, step number 4 and 5. Then I said that these two practices must be accompanied by the first 3 steps. If you don't have the first 3 steps, these two can have more adverse effect than of benefit. Like you can go through burnout cases. And she said, that's very true. In fact, I went through different times, and I reported this to somebody, and the teacher said, you have to practice Tonglen. I did it, and then I just feel like not doing the practice anymore. Say, problem means you are in pain. And then the practice Tonglen is to take the suffering from others. You already have a pain, and then again you add more. You cannot bear this pain already. Now you're adding more. It'll bog you down even more. Whereas if you have the first 3 steps intact, then the step number 4 and 5 will be extremely effective. You're getting it? Extremely effective. It will not really make you go through burnout. So your service for others, taking suffering from others, giving happiness to others, it becomes like the mother's effort. Mother, okay, tell me, who will feel who is more prone to burnout between a mother and a nurse to take care of a small child? Small child, 24 hours for 1 year, right? Who will burn out more fast? The nurse. You're getting it? Because although the nurse feels the love and affection, but the manner in which the mother feels is very different. You're getting it? Mother doesn't feel that, they will not really feel burnout, right? Because of this love and affection. So, the number 1, 2, 3, these 3 steps will help you to build this love and affection towards the beings. With this love and affection, then you're helping others, taking suffering from others, giving happiness to others. It becomes like the mother's act of giving and taking the suffering from others and giving happiness to others. So with this, the burnout cases do not happen. You're getting it? This is so important. Okay, we'll stop here. Tiyata om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisvaha tiyata om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisvaha tiyata om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisvaha. 3 prostrations.